Hi, my name is Jimmy Williams with NFL Draft Diamonds. And here with me today, I have an offensive lineman I'd like you guys to meet. This here is Zovon Lindsay. He's an offensive lineman out of Coastal Carolina. Nice to have you today, sir.
Appreciate you for having me, man. I'm Zovon Lindsay from Fayetteville, North Carolina. I attended Trinity Christian High School. Went to NC State out of high school, and then was there for 2 years, and ended up transferring to Coastal Carolina, where I finished out my college career, man. So appreciate you for having me.
Hey, man, nice to get a chance to meet you. I do want to kind of go back and, sort of help paint the picture of you as an athlete, if you don't mind. So, again, as you had mentioned, went from North Carolina, I went to Trinity Christian School, but do want to go back even further, if at all possible, and ask you this question, that being, how long have you played football?
Shoot, I've been playing football since I was about 6 years old, I would say. I started off playing football and basketball, but yeah, I started playing football when I was about six. Started off playing quarterback actually. Played quarterback at first, and I just kind of moved. I pretty much played every position, honestly, till about high school. Played every position. High school, I played offensive line, defensive line, but I really took D line more serious. I got All State 3 years in a row at D line, but once I got to my senior year, I was just, coaches wanted me to see me on the offensive line in college, and I wasn't, you know, happy about it because I wanted to be a D lineman. But once I got to learning the position and stuff like that, I fell in love with it.
No, I get you. I think a lot of times people like to hit people, and
Yeah,
that's the mentality of guys that are on defense. Of course, it's like, hey, I want to hit some dudes. So, and then you're put on offensive line, and it's like, damn, like I can't do that as much this anymore. So,
you just got to find
interest.
your way of doing it, man. Just find your way of doing it. You know.
There's a way to do it. Usually, like things in like run blocking, like you can
Yeah,
really be nasty about it. So
yeah.
I do want to walk through some more things about you, Zoe. In my notes, I have that you participated also in some basketball and just a tad bit of track and field during your time in high school. Talk a little bit about maybe perhaps how some of those sports have helped you over the years, maybe even better you as a football player.
Yeah, basketball for sure. Basketball was a huge part of my life since I was young. Like I said, I was playing basketball since I was about 5 or 6 years old as well. And when high school basketball, man, that was probably some of the funnest moments I've had in my life, man. Just playing basketball with all my friends, man, it was just a huge blessing. And we won a state championship my junior year. So, and a lot, the basketball definitely translates to football. Footwork for sure, most definitely. I'd probably say that's the biggest thing, and the conditioning as well. It's a different type of conditioning, so it's gonna definitely get you in shape. But yeah, basketball that was one of my second love. Honestly, man, I used to love playing basketball. Track and field, I did track and field 1 year. I did the shot put. I was okay at it, but I just did it just stay busy. It was a good experience though, for sure.
No, that's all good. And I was just sitting here thinking, dude, there's got to be a lot of guys in North Carolina that grow up, wanting to play basketball.
Mhm.
Basketball is huge in North
Yeah,
Carolina.
it is.
So growing up, man, I'm assuming maybe even still you're a basketball guy. I, who'd you follow?
Uh, I was a huge Duke fan. In North Carolina, it's a huge Duke UNC rivalry. I was a huge Duke fan, and I don't know if you know him, but Dennis Smith Jr. He went to my high school, so we kind of always looked up to him. He was from our city, so we all kind of looked up to him, and he put a big stamp on Fayetteville. So yeah, I'll probably say those two are big influences, especially where I'm from.
Cool. Now, I was wondering what color blue you wore when you were like 10 years old. So, I mean, it is, just kind of a funny thing, but here these days you're wearing more of an aqua. I guess I don't
Yeah,
know how you guys would define that
yeah,
color there for coastal.
yeah.
Um, I think a lot of people learned who the Chanticleers were several seasons ago.
Hmm.
But bro, before we ended up getting there, let's walk through your early years of college. I have in my notes that actually from high school you attended NC State first. So let's start there and share just a little bit about the early days of you developing as an offensive lineman there.
Uh, I'll say early on, it's still kind of tough for me, just getting over the fact that I wasn't playing D line anymore. I just was a full time offensive lineman. But I had some older guys there that helped me a lot, taught me a lot of stuff. A lot of great older guys that helped me. I made some great relationships at NC State. But it just wasn't a fit for me. It's always a lot of love for NC State for sure. Like I said, so I got family ties there and everything. So it was a good experience for me just to learn. I learned a lot about myself, like just off the field as well. Learned a lot about myself, the type of person I am there. But yeah, it was a blessing to go there out of high school, man. It was always a dream to go to a Power Five school, especially NC State. Like being from North Carolina, I lived an hour from NC State, so it was right up the road from the house. So a lot of love for NC State for sure.
Well, again, you were there early on for your first few years. A little tough, if we're being honest, because there was a lot going on. Of course, the pandemic, you had to deal with that in 2020. 2021 comes around. 2022, you're transferring out, man. You're transferring to Coastal Carolina. How did that work for you, man? I mean, I know it's scary sometimes when people put their name in the portal, they don't know
Yeah,
where they're going to go. How did you ultimately get yourself to Coastal?
yeah, I was like you said. It was definitely kind of scary because I didn't have any game film. So after that 2020 season, I was like, man, I was scared to hit the portal, but I knew what I had to do if I wanted to get on the field. So my guy Jeffrey Gunner, shout out to him. He had went to Coastal, then he transferred to NC State, then he ended up transferring back to Coastal Carolina. So I hit him up on Instagram, like, man, I see what y'all was doing. I'm trying to come down there. He got me in touch with the coaches and everything. Had good conversations with the coaches and stuff, and they ended up, throwing me an offer, and I felt like it was a good fit for me. I could do there. It was a program on the rise, a lot of eyes on them, and I feel like I could go there and contribute.
Yeah, as I had mentioned, again, very early on, several years back, a lot of people were really introduced to the team, putting themselves on a national stage, winning a ton of games, a lot of great offenses, great team overall, if we're being honest.
Mm-hmm.
And then, of course, guys like you, I mean, you want to be a part of, that team, and you get inserted into the team there, and a part of probably one of the most prolific offenses, very efficient offense run under Grayson McCall. Talk a little bit about guys like him, who just kind of helped you early on when you're making that transition to Coastal.
Yeah, him, Grayson, he was a huge part, man. I love, blocking with him. Got a lot of love for Grayson, man. Him, guys like CJ Brewer, Silas Kelly, Teddy, all those older guys, man, they definitely made it easy. Just made it like a family environment. They brought me in just like I was one of their brothers, man. So I really appreciate them for that. And just getting there, just learning the playbook. That's all I wanted to do. To help me get on the field. And yeah, man, it was a great experience. Those guys definitely helped me. Especially coming from a big program like NC State. I'm like, dang, I really want to come here and play and make a difference. So those guys really helped me.
Gotcha. So, Zovon, let's talk about you as a prospect. So, obviously, playing the offensive line, I think, again, per my notes, mostly played right tackle, but give me a sense of your overall experience and style of play over the years and what you feel is the best that you have going for you as a prospect.
Well, me personally, even though I play like mostly right side in games, I pretty much play right and left. Like I feel like I can play either side, inside and out. Um, I'll just say me like over the years, you can see my development, especially these last 2 seasons. Like you can see a big change in like my technique. I feel like my technique is one of my strongest suits. I had a great position coach, especially my last 2 years at Coastal. Derek Wareham, took my game to a whole nother level, just mentally, just knowing the game and technically knowing what I got to do on each play. So he definitely helped me a lot. I'll say I'm physical as well. You watch my play, especially from this past season, like this is a lot of dudes getting embarrassed on there. So I say my physicality is definitely up there. My athleticism, like I said, I played basketball, so and I played D line, so my athleticism is up there with some of the good ones. Yeah, man, my knowledge for the game, my love for the game, man. I just been playing it forever, man. So I just know the game in and out, man. I just you know want I feel like I can keep developing to a better player, honestly, because I really just these last 2 seasons really started understanding offensive line play, and I feel like it's only going to go up from here. So,
Yeah, I mean, I think again, I mean, you talked about the early stages of you as a college athlete, struggled a little bit because, as you had mentioned, very good defensive lineman in high school. And I think right now, you have come into your own over these past couple seasons, putting
mhm.
yourself in a good position, obviously as an offensive lineman, but again, developing the mentality, understanding the technique,
Mhm.
and obviously, man, you got to have a good sense of toughness going out there, regularly, like being a part of an offensive line that a lot of people depend upon.
Yeah,
So I want to kind of walk through a couple of moments, really over this past season, which I feel highlight a lot of what you can bring to the table, as a player. And the first game that comes to mind, actually very early on in the season, you guys are playing against, Jacksonville State,
yeah,
where you guys were just on a really dominating the line of scrimmage and able to really be great run blockers, almost 300 yards rushing in that
yeah.
game. And talk about some of the highlights of that game, if you can remember.
Man, I want to say we had as a group, I want to say we had about 30 knockdowns that game, like 34 or something like that. But that's what we wanted to do. Like last off season, man, we was dialed in. Like ever since we had came from our Hawaii Bowl, we was dialed in doing all type of extra walkthroughs, things like that. Because we knew we had to be the centerpiece of the team if we wanted to, do good things. So we just put in the work in the off season, man. Our coach, he just embedded that physicality in us. Like fall camp, we was being physical. Like we just had a chip on our shoulder, man, the whole off season. So that just kind of we let a lot of that out that first game. And if you watch the film, man, it's a lot of bodies on the ground for sure.
Well, I mean, you're like just kind of establishing yourself as, hey, we're not ones to be trifled with, man. Like, don't mess with us. Like, we're gonna beat you up. We're gonna punch you in the mouth. We're gonna, let you guys know who's gonna win this game, which you guys ultimately did.
Yeah,
Ended
sure.
up being a high scoring matchup, 55-27. But yeah, I mean, I wanted to highlight that game, man, because I mean, you guys came out and just dominated the line of scrimmage in that game.
Yeah, that's what we wanted to do, man. Like we wanted the game to be on our shoulders every game. Like that's a mentality we had. So yeah.
Gotcha. The other game that I kind of wanted to, point out over this past season was the game against Old Dominion.
Mhm.
Just kind of looking back at your overall experience there at Coastal, obviously coming in, you had a very experienced quarterback in McCall, but you guys really came into your own with a young quarterback during that game, and he did very well against Old Dominion. Can you talk about that game and I don't know, maybe some of the stuff that you guys were able to do?
Yeah, we had a great game plan going in that week as well, but um we was rolling early on in the season, man. We was just feeling good. We came into that game, night game, the crowd live, so we knew it was gonna be a great atmosphere. We just wanted to put on a show for our fans, man. That was it. Um, Shout out to Ethan, man. I feel like he's a great quarterback. He was dialed in that game. I feel like we ran the ball well that game. We had a lot of things clicking for us that game for sure. Defense was playing well, so We just had a lot of things clicking for us that game, man. Felt like we was on a high during that time of the season for sure.
I mean, I just kind of felt like, again, this is, you're part of a team there where you are looking at, very young Ethan Vasco,
Mhm.
really taking control. I mean, he was going to be with the program probably for a couple seasons before he moves on to bigger things. It's interesting to see him develop, man.
Yeah.
Over this past season. Anything else you want to add about, I guess your thoughts on your teammates there, him or some other guys that you play alongside?
Oh yeah, I love all my teammates, man. Those are my brothers. The ones that was there last year, the year before, like any of them could call my phone like whenever. I love those guys, man. This past season it didn't go the way that we wanted to, didn't finish how we wanted to, but you know, the guys we fought every game. We fought every game. And I love those guys for those are my brothers. So a lot of love for them for sure.
Cool, man. So obviously right now we are finished. We finished up your eligibility. You're moving on towards the pros and better things. So you had an opportunity to go to the Tropical Bowl and showcase your talents there. Talk a little bit about your time there, maybe perhaps some of the one-on-ones and any of the relationships built over your time there.
It was a great experience. Just going down there talking to different scouts for different teams. Just meeting guys from all over. Uh, Smaller schools, bigger schools. Some of the guys I trained with now they were out there, so it was overall good experience. Getting scouts can get their eyes on you, watch you practice. Watch how you carry yourself throughout the hotel and stuff like that. So definitely a great experience. Shout out to the Tropical Bowl, those guys, and I appreciate them inviting me there. But it was a great experience, man, for sure.
So, I mean, obviously, the interviews are the most important when you have an all-star experience like that. How did that go, man? Like any weird, crazy questions? Like anyone try and catch you off guard? Like how did that work?
Um, Nah, most of the interviews were straightforward. Just trying to get to know who I am as a person. No really crazy questions just yet, but just trying to get to know you as a person. Like they can see you on film, but it's different when they see you in person, see how you talk. This is a good experience. Developing some connections out there.
Gotcha. So, Zovon, what you doing these days, man? How are you getting yourself prepared for your pro day and all that? Are you training somewhere? Are you with a facility? What's happening?
Yeah, I'm down in Atlanta at Velocity. Um, I'm out here with a group of old linemen. I want to say it's about 13 of us. Um, Definitely we working down here for sure. The people, Josh Richardson, my guy Luke, Blaine, they know what they're doing with us, man. I appreciate them a lot. Yeah, man, just training, man, getting ready for this pro day, man. Trying to get good numbers. So that's really pretty much it. Trying to stay in shape.
So, just to kind of, I guess, touch on that real quick, when is your pro day?
March 17th.
So, as you prepare for March 17th, which one of these drills do you feel like you're really going to shock some people, like when you go out there and perform, man? Like, is there one in particular that you're most proud of right now?
Uh, Honestly, I would say probably all of them. I feel like I'm an
Fair enough.
athlete. I feel like I'm an athlete, so I feel like my numbers gonna be good on pro day, and the O line, like the drills as well. I feel like my Josh Richardson, he's been doing a great job with us, so I'm gonna be prepared for all the drills they could throw at you. So I feel like I'm gonna have a pretty good pro day.
Nice. Well, I know the guys down there at Velocity, they do a pretty good job of training you guys up, getting you guys prepared. So, definitely looking forward to see how your pro day is going to end up here, come March. So, Zavon, do you want to take a brief moment to meet the guy off the field, if you don't mind? Go ahead and share a little bit about yourself that maybe not everybody knows. Any hobbies, interests, fun facts, special talents, bro. Anything you want to share about yourself, go for it.
Honestly, man, I don't do too much off the field. I play my game, hang with the family, man. I do have a fun fact about me though. I was born with 12 fingers, actually.
Say
So
what now?
I was born with I was born with 12 fingers. I still kind of you can still kind of see the little
All right, all
thing.
right. So there's a little bit of a nub there. That's kind of
Yeah,
interesting.
so I
So
got evidence. I got evidence, man. People
and
think
so
I'm
I'm assuming when you were very young, they took care of it.
yeah, they took care of it. I really didn't have a choice. People tell me I should have kept it. I'm like, man, I probably would have if I had a choice, man.
Well, I mean, I know there's one player from Kentucky who's got like a finger on one hand. So
Yep.
I think sometimes that might be an advantage, which is kind of strange. Although, of course, buying gloves got to be pretty difficult. But I think you're okay.
Yeah. I think I'm good, but it probably would have helped me a little bit more, man. You never know.
You never know. Give you a good grip. Give you a good grip, for
Yeah.
sure. Um, Let me see if I could throw some other fun questions your way. I mean, again, these are just for fun, man, just so that we can sit back and have a good time. So, um, let's see. You have any pets at home?
Yep. I have a dog. He's a pit bull. His name is Fresh.
Fresh.
Yeah.
Okay,
Fresh.
nice, nice. Uh, Gonna ask you a couple of quick favorites. So, you have like a favorite movie or TV show?
Uh, my favorite TV show right now I just started is Narcos. It's a crazy show, man. But my favorite movie, I'll probably say the Friday series. I
All
could
right.
sit down and watch that all the time.
You kind of have to have it brings a particular type of sense of humor
Yeah.
to those movies, so you either into it or not. But
Yeah.
obviously, guys like Chris Tucker, Ice Cube, very underrated actor, I
Very
think.
under. Very under.
A lot of people really don't give him the credit that he truly deserves, in my humble
Yeah.
opinion.
Very
um,
underrated. Sure.
but how about this, man? Obviously, haven't really gone too far out of your hometown, staying within the Carolinas. Is there like I don't know, maybe a bucket list vacation spot you'd like to hit before it's all done?
Uh, I'll probably say I want to go to Germany. I feel like that's a
Okay.
Germany. I'll say Germany.
So do you know any foreign languages or no?
I do not. I know a little bit of
No.
Spanish, maybe, but that's about it.
No, I get you. If you had an opportunity to maybe learn an instrument, or if you know how to learn an instrument, which one would it be?
Um, I'll probably say guitar. My grandpa, when I was growing up, he had guitars, and we used to play them. Like I used to try to learn, but I definitely probably try to learn more. But I'll probably say guitar. So it's probably like one of
Okay.
my.
Sounds like fun. As an offensive lineman, I know a lot you like to eat. It kind of comes with the territory. Favorite home cooked meal.
Baked mac and cheese, probably some barbecue chicken or some barbecue ribs with probably like some collard greens or something like that.
All right. Sounds pretty nice. Sounds like family get together, a whole lot of nice food. Uh, which celebrity would you love an opportunity to meet? Whether it be an actor, musician, athlete, who would that be for you?
I'll probably say LeBron James. LeBron James, man. Just I really wasn't a huge LeBron fan until recently, until he went to the Lakers, and I was a big Lakers fan. And you just got to admire. He's really like the goat. I'll say the goat because like nobody's done it for as long as he has, man. And he's just 101, man. We ain't gonna never see another LeBron, so I'll probably say LeBron.
Gotcha. When you're studying film, maybe watching guys at the next level, Who are you watching, man? Like, who on the offensive line who you, I don't know, aspire to be? Like, is there a guy that you, would say you're a huge fan of in the NFL?
Um, I'll probably say Panay Sewell. I like his game a lot. I mean, Trent Williams, but it's hard to be like Trent. Like he's a different breed for sure. But I
Yeah.
like Panay Sewell. I like the tackles for the Green Bay Packers. Uh, I feel like they have some good tackles. But I like a lot of offensive line play. I just like watching offensive line play. There's a lot of good guys in the NFL.
I mean, certainly some of the guys that you mentioned there. I mean, we're talking about some of the nastiest, ruthless competitors there on the offensive line. Penei Sewell, when I think of him, I just think of a guy who's just a beast with awesome strength. And so, I mean, you obviously trying to become like those guys, and you perhaps hopefully playing alongside them in the future.
Yeah.
As we close up, man, go ahead and tell all these people what they would be getting if they took a chance on you. Tell them, why they need to bring you in and make you part of their team. So, close with your thoughts.
Yeah, man. I'll just say I'm a dog. I love this game. Um, I feel like I'm a technician. Like I'm an athlete. I'll bring, especially off the field. Like I'm a great locker room guy as well. Like all my teammates, like those are my brothers. Like any of them can call me whenever. But on the field, man, I'm a dog, man. I'm gonna study the playbook like I need to, cause this is all I want to do is play football. I love the game so much, and yeah, man, I just want to provide for my family, man. So
Gotcha. I mean, definitely a guy who I feel has the right mentality needed to play the game. Again, most of your experience on the right side, but I mean, I feel like, hey, if a team needs you to play somewhere else, I know that's what you're,
yeah,
fixing to do. That's what you're training for, of course, that when you're down there at velocity, to
yeah.
maybe move inside, maybe snap a little bit if necessary. I mean, I know you're willing to do all those things, buddy. So I want
Mm-hmm.
to wish you all the best in your endeavors. Okay.
Yes, sir, man. I appreciate that.
Sure. Once again, I got with me Zovon Lindsay, offensive lineman out of Coastal Carolina. Check him out.